Hello, and welcome to the first video covering Rivals 2 on this channel. Rivals 2 is a hard game to learn if you have never played a platform fighter before like Rivals 1 or Melee. I find a lot of the videos that are out there tell you what a technique is, but not how or when to use it. I look to remedy that with this series. The first video is going to cover grounded movement. Once you leave the ground and enter the air, that will be another video. Let's get into this. We're going to cover three main topics: basic grounded movement, how shielding affects your movement, and then some more advanced techniques. We will have examples from real matches at different levels of play, so you can see how low to mid-level players versus high to professional players use these techniques. Learning to move is great, but without knowing what we want to achieve by moving, we only succeed in losing while looking cool. Movement has a lot of purposes, like extending combos or giving us new options to pick from. But if we're talking about the neutral game, when players are looking for the first hit to open a combo up, then moving has two main purposes: to make our opponent think we are committing to approaching while being close enough to punish their response, or to make them think we aren't committing to approaching while we actually are. Whenever I talk about a movement option in this video, it will be in the context of the neutral game. On screen, we can see the basic states which any character can move in. Starting from standing, you can walk by lightly tilting your analog stick, or dash by hard pressing the stick. Walking is mostly used for small adjustments to positioning or some higher level techniques. The dash is a quick burst of movement, which can be chained back into itself. Because of this, it is the movement option you will use the most. If you continue to hold the same direction of the dash, you will transition into the run state. Running is more committal, since to change direction you need to enter the turnaround state where you are locked out of most options before you are moving again. Crouch can be entered from standing, run, or walk. It is often advantageous to be crouching instead of standing for reasons like poking with down tilt or floor hugging. Also important to note is that you can go back to standing from any state by returning the analog stick to neutral. In principle, the more committal the movement state, the longer it takes to return to standing, i.e., walking returns faster than turnaround. From what we've covered so far, we can already understand three core movement techniques: the dash dance, the foxtrot, and Quechua dash. Dash dancing is the most important technique to master if you want to get better. By canceling one dash into another one in the opposite direction, you can threaten to close the distance of your opponent while not committing to actually enter it. The foxtrot is similar, but instead of canceling in the opposite direction, you perform a second dash in the same direction by returning your analog stick to neutral between the dashes. Foxtrotting can take space without entering your run animation. The Quechua dash is a more niche technique where you cancel running into a crouch and then dash in the opposite direction. This is useful because it avoids the turnaround animation, but is only marginally faster. It has more uses with conditioning your opponent, but again, this is more niche. This is a match from the NA Rivals 2 Amateur Series. These players clearly show why dash dancing is so powerful. This Loxodont is on ledge and threatening to take space on the stage. The Forsburn recognizes this and tries to punish an up B with cape. And when that doesn't work, he runs out of the range of the Loxodont's aggression and then back in for a punish. At this level, the players are actively thinking about their movement with purpose. Have you ever been confused about why you were stopping, sliding, or sliding backwards in your shield after moving? The answer is quite simple. It depends on the state you were in before shielding. Dash stops you, run slides you, and turnaround slides you backwards. Stopping and shield is a good option on platforms and to avoid being hit or grabbed. Sliding is a good option if you think the opponent is going to attack instead of grab, and you want to punish with a shield grab. Sliding backwards is a fast way to grab ledge, but note that you have to have some distance between yourself and the ledge since you need to enter the turnaround animation. This is another clip from the same tournament series as before. In it, the Forsburn is being aggressive towards the Clarent. The Clarent stops in her shield, causing the Forsburn to whiff. She has the opportunity to punish here since they were in shield stun from getting hit, but misses it. In response, the Forsburn chooses a great option shown in the next section where he retreats and uses his down tilt to keep the pressure on. Finally, we come to the techniques that require harder inputs or precise timing. These are the wave dash, the baby dash, pivoting, and the moonwalk. The wave dash is the best known tech from any platform fighter. By air dodging towards the ground, you can transfer the momentum from the air dodge to sliding across the ground. There is more complexity in this technique than can be contained in a video double this length, but a lot of that comes from a higher level of play than we are talking about today. For someone trying to learn the game, here's what you need to know about the wave dash. Wave dash back is great for baiting aggression from your opponent. Wave dash out of shield is great for punishing well-spaced moves. Wave dash to ledge is the most consistent way to grab ledge if you're close to it. The baby dash is tech that is unique to Rivals. To perform it, go from neutral to hard pressing a direction in one frame, 1/60th of a second, and you get a small boost of momentum while in the standing state. Trust me, it is easier than it sounds. A baby dash is functionally similar to a wave dash with two main differences. You are actionable sooner than a wave dash, so it is a better option when both are available. However, you can perform a wave dash from more states than a baby dash, so it is more common to use. Pivots can be thought of as dash cancels. By inputting a tilt in the opposite direction of a dash, your character will face that direction in a standing state. This is useful for exiting space and immediately attacking where you just were, or to space moves correctly. Characters like Claren rely on this technique at high level. The moonwalk is my favorite movement technique. You perform it by rolling your stick in a semicircle after a dash. This will send you sliding backwards while still grounded. There are practical applications, like falling off the stage with momentum or baiting your opponent. But in reality, it's just the most fun and stylish to do. After hitting a combo where you moonwalk in the middle, you feel like the best player to have ever touched the sticks, even if in reality you are hard-stuck gold. For our third example, I have picked a game from a professional tournament, where the players from the amateur series are actively thinking about the movement options they are picking. The pros are thinking about the space that their opponent occupies and how they can control it using their movement. You don't catch all of the movement at full speed, so I have slowed it down to show their movement better. I suggest watching your favorite player and making note of how they move. Okay, we now know the different movement options and have some idea how to use them, but if we were to try to implement all of this, we wouldn't be able to. So what do we do now? The same as climbing a mountain, we do it one step at a time. It takes time to improve, and we need to think in terms of weeks and months instead of days. If we focus on 1 or 2 movement options, 1 or 2 defensive options, and 1 or 2 offensive options, we will improve a lot over time. If you are having trouble performing any of these techniques, go into training mode and aim for 5 times in a row, then aim for an average of 9 out of 10. I would caution against getting lost in training mode though. In my opinion, the best training is against other players. Quick addendum to the end here. The Dropdown Wiki is a great source for more in-depth explanations with frame data on all things Rivals 2. I referenced it while making this video and would urge you to check it out since it's a great resource. Link in the description.